The EVOLVE model are these 6 parts of professional selling that I believe we need if we are going to be relevant, if we're going to have success, if we're going to future-proof ourselves, for a better word. So what do Harry and Larry do? Well, as they go through their struggles, as they go through the problems that they encounter, they realize that the essentials of selling are absolutely key. Having a solid foundation, so understanding how sales evolve, the bits that work today, the bits that don't and we should throw away, and how they can bring them together. They build everything on that solid basis. So that's the value framework. That's another framework. That's the one that's from the first book that I wrote, because for me, that is how sales is today. It's about partnering with customers better. It's about using those skills to get closer and collaborate, to be more collaborative in a selling approach. Virtual selling is another important part of sales of hybrid selling. So this is all about using video. So it's using video live. It's also about sending video, synchronous and asynchronous communication. I include in this element social selling. So it's using the platforms, it's using social media as a way of building brand, of changing messages, of sharing content. And I've mentioned already some of the tools that are now available, some of the AI, some of the other things that can do the heavy lifting for salespeople. It's about embracing those and using them. Another element is opportunity management. So this is about information. It's about taking information about sales opportunities, working out what we know, working out what we don't know, and then doing something about that. Big part of this is around decision-making units. We know these are getting bigger. We know more and more people are involved in sales. So it's understanding who's who, what it is that they're trying to take from it. It's about developing mutual action plans. It's about showing how we can work with people to enable them to get the outcomes that we're promising. I think salespeople need to lead. And again, I don't mean kind of leading people up the garden path. I don't mean a negative connotation for this. I mean in the term of a servant leader. So as someone who's a guide. So it's someone who can align with the buying process, understand what the buying process would look like for a customer, help them through that. I've talked about VUCA, I've talked about how we can combat that. Again, another part of leading people to the point that they want to be. Very proactive way of operating. Talked about selling value. Now, value selling has been around a long time, but I sometimes question how well people do that. Good colleague of mine, Mike Wilkinson, he talks about value as being a mystery. It's a mystery. We don't know what it is. We've got to work with customers to understand what it is, so then we can take on the challenge of value to co-create, collaborate, to do things which are going to get that mutual benefit. A big part of this is around insight, generating insight, giving people different perspectives, useful information that they can use. And then the final part of the EVOLVE model is about expanding the sale. Rather than rushing around trying to get lots and lots of new logos, lots and lots of brand new business, it's, well, okay, we're working with customers. How can we make more business with them? How can we do things by delivering well on what we've promised and then exploring more opportunities? How can we make the business grow? This involves elements of account management. It involves elements of customer success management. Customer success is a growing discipline, and I would encourage all salespeople to have at least an understanding what that's all about. It's all about outcomes. It's all about delivering on outcomes. So I love that way of thinking. Also think about self-management. We've got to look after ourselves. As salespeople, we've got to be in our best possible form to be able to do the right things with customers. So mental health and all of those elements are important. Mental, physical, all the rest of it. So I cover all these things.